Hello guys, NautoAisDx here once again, and this is going to be a response to AlphaOmegassin on MEGAMAN Legacy being released for the 8th-gen console and for the 3DS this winter, and also Capcom remastering their old games. Okay, first of all, I want to give my thoughts on MEGAMAN Legacy, and if you don't know what it is, it's MEGAMAN 1 to 6 in a bundle that comes in HD, comes with trophies or achievement, depends which system, and it has some challenges, some extra, and some gallery. And like I said, HD type graphics now, which is make them smooth for $14.99. And yes, Capcom $14.99. What's the big deal with that number $14.99? It's always been a magic number for Capcom when they sell their digital, and whether you agree or not, I think it's really bullshit. Oops, excuse the language. Excuse me there. Yeah, that is BS, really, yes. First of all, I want to give my backstory about this $14.99. You kind of see this price. This price every time Capcom does a download to some extent. Most infamous was Street Fighter 3 Third Strike Online Edition was $14.99. Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was $14.99. Marvel Origin with 2 games, Marvel Superhero and Marvel vs. Capcom was $14.99. And Dungeon and Dragon, the beat 'em up, was $14.99. And for JoJo Bizarre Adventure was $20. Oh my gosh. People, I can't believe people would accept that due to the fact that, oh, it's a licensed game. Yeah. And because unfortunately, and I had the PS at the time, I actually had the PlayStation version, and I can't believe I sold it off because I didn't really like the game. And now when I think about it, I was stupid about it, but that was a different story. I was in a different perspective when it comes to gaming. Wasn't really a collector. I just want to play a game, and the game sucked. I was gonna sell it. Now I'm keeping it, whether it's good or bad, because there's a history behind it. My younger self was stupid. Okay, moving on. Back to the story. So, like I said, that's been their magic number, $14.99. You say, wow, that's kind of expensive for just HD-fying the game. And to tell the truth, yeah, it is. But again, as a fan, the market jerk, or was, because he quit Capcom a long time ago. But he did give his reason about it. And according to really them, the reason being is by putting it for $14.99, they're actually making a little bit of profit back with it. Oh, and another one is Darkstalker Resurrection. Yeah, $14.99 for those. That game's crap. I'm sorry. You know what? The superior version, the one on the PSP, that was a better version, but that'll be a different story. But okay, back to my story. Oh my gosh, I'm thinking. Yeah, the reason why it's $14.99 is the only way they can make a profit. Not a lot, because apparently they don't make a lot of profit with those. Because they said if they put it on $10, they said they're not only not going to make any profit, they're not even breaking even. Okay, well, I guess, and remember, most of this was developed by Iron Galaxy. Good company or not, it's up to you. But I can tell you one thing: they're the one that did the PC version of Batman Arkham Knight. So, kind of think about that. So they may be good for fighting game, but apparently they done goof with Batman Arkham Knight on the PC. And why would you even hire them for it? I have no idea. Okay, back to my story. So that's always been a magic number, and once again, that is the number. It's gonna be with MEGAMAN Legacy. I think that's BS. I think they should put it down for $9.99. That's just my opinion. And I don't even know what to say, but it is kind of stupid. I mean, I like Mega Man. Believe it or not, I have Mega Man games. I have 9 and 10. I bought 9 for $10 because I needed games for my PS3. But when Mega Man 10 came, I bought that for $5. It was a sale, and then PlayStation Plus. So there you go, nice. I still can't believe those games. Those games were so hard. 9 and 10, they're so hard. And bringing it back to 8-bit, I think that's also stupid. I think one of my favorite Mega Man is Mega Man 8. So anyway, back to my story, and of course, speaking of Mega Man 8, let's go back again. I'm sorry I'm getting off track here. But like I say, Mega Man Legacy, it may be a good game because you got one to say. They're the top of the game, but I don't think $15 for that game. It's not worth $15 for 6 game HD-fied. That's a trophy, an achievement, and some museum gallery. Because you know why? There's something much better. Mega Man Anniversary Collection for the PlayStation 2, GameCube, and Xbox, the original. That's a better deal. Not only you get 8 Mega Man games, plus 2 the arcade game Power Battle. I think there were only 2. Yeah, there were only 2. And I think, I know the first MSRP was $30, but you get 8 games. You get not 8 games, you get 10 games. Versus $15 for 6 games. I mean, if Mega Man Legacy even came with 7 and 8, heck, let's add a 9 and 10, all 10 games, 1 to 10 for Mega Man Legacy. Oh my goodness. For $14, yeah, I'm $15, I'm sold. Yeah, I'll buy it. But 6 game, I think that's a ripoff. So let's see. If I try to do that math, it's gonna be hard. 15 divided by 6. Well, probably 2 something. So you're selling the game per game for $2. I don't know. I think $10. They're too old. They're not really that legendary. They're fun, but they're not really that legendary. It's not a fun game. So yeah, I do agree with AlphaOmegassin that you rather just have the 6th gen console with Mega Man Anniversary Collection, because that's much better. I mean, you get a better deal with that one. I mean, the best deal is you get the Xbox version, because not only you get the Mega Man animated series, you also get the G4 history of Mega Man. So, I mean, if I can find the Xbox version, heck, I'll buy it again. I don't care if it's used, if it works. I'll play it on my Xbox 360. I got no problem because I can't have my PS2 is not connected. Oh, speaking of which, backwards compatibility, Sony. Okay, different story. Different story there. So again, I agree with AlphaOmegassin that the game's not worth $15, and is it gonna sell or not? I really doubt it. And like AlphaOmegassin, man, I'm sorry, I'm doing this. Once again, I'm doing this like in midnight because that's the only time I have. Sometimes I do apologize. That I agree with AlphaOmegassin that some diehard Mega Man fan, they're probably gonna bite the dust and buy this game because this is a weird strategy that Capcom's doing, and I guess they've done this with other companies also. Other companies also done this. Is that if you bring a re-release, the company is gonna see if you're gonna double dip. Doubling down means good, double dip is bad. So if you're willing to double dip on a game, that means you're interested with the franchise. Because they did that with Darkstalker Resurrection, and look what happened. It failed. From what I heard, even Darkstalker Resurrection was bad on the sale, that Capcom did not even make money out of it. They actually lost some money. What does this mean? Well, what it means is they didn't break even. They didn't make any profit. They lost money from it. That's how bad Darkstalker Restoration, from what I heard. I could be wrong, so correct me if I'm wrong. But it was so horrible on sale. The upper management of Capcom said, unfortunately, we're not gonna make a new Darkstalker. Because nobody cared about the old Darkstalker. They don't care about Darkstalker. They're not willing to double dip. Why should we get a new game? And again, you might say, well, why should I double dip in the old game? I already have the game. Why not just make a new game? Well, I can agree with that, but a lot of time also they're cautious. They want to make sure that do you really want a Darkstalker game? Do you want a good one? Do you want something new? And the problem is like Street Fighter Cross Tekken. I mean, people were so high because they had had a good idea. Tekken character, Street Fighter character. But when the game came out, well, most of the hardcore FGC they're complaining about the game, complaining so bad that it's the same level of Metroid Prime Federation Force. Yes, I went there. So that's the problem with Mega Man Legacy. This is what I was trying to say. Is if this game has a poor sale, because I'm going to tell you right now, I love Mega Man, but I'm going to apologize in advance. Unless I wait for a sale, I'm not getting this game for $15. I'm sorry, because I don't think it's not worth $15. So if I'm part of the problem, I'm sorry. But what's going to happen is, if not a lot of people buy Mega Man Legacy at $15, then it tells the company that, well, nobody cares about Mega Man. Well, people want a new Mega Man. They don't want an old Mega Man. They don't want a double dip. But again, it's a weird BS strategy that the Japanese always use to some extent. I mean, the American also use this, but mostly Japanese. Is that they believe that if you're willing to double dip on a game, that means you love the franchise so much. But if you just like, well, I just want a new game, then they can't take that risk. What if the new game is bad? So, like I said, I agree with AlphaOmegassin what he said. I would like this to be successful, but I have my doubts. So, speaking of it, about old games, Capcom is now on the business of just remastering game. And you say, why can't they make a new game? Well, they are making a new game. Well, there's Deep Down, which helped with Sony, Street Fighter V, exclusive for PlayStation 4 because Sony's funding it. And the only new game they're doing is Monster Hunter, which apparently that's very popular. But the rest, well, if you know the history of Capcom, they are making their money back, but I don't think they still have a lot of money in the bank. So that's why what they're doing now is their new business now is they're remastering their old game. They're trying to improve it. They kind of did it with DMC, the reboot one, now they call it the definitive version, 60 frames per second with new features. I mean, I would buy that again. I would buy that. I mean, I played it for the PS3, I had it for Plus, and the game's not bad. I'll tell you that, but I'll give my thoughts about it in another vlog. But yeah, and the reason why Capcom's going to be doing only remastered is, again, they don't have a lot of money in the bank, so they have no funding unless someone can help them. Remember, Microsoft fund was Dead Rising 3, that's what's an Xbox exclusive. Street Fighter V, exclusive for Sony, because Sony's funding the game. Unless they get help funding from other company, they can't make their own game. They can only improve old game. That's what they got away with Ultra Street Fighter 4, because it was already an old game. All they need to do is just add a little more coding, and there you go. Same goes with the remastered. And surprisingly, what am I talking about? Oh yeah, surprisingly, Resident Evil HD for the 8th gen, that actually sold a lot for $20. So, but then the question, wait a minute, is that worth $20? Well, it is a retail game from the past. I don't know. I'm really confused. I mean, I do have the original Resident Evil, and I do have one for the Wii. And that game is really that game is sorry, I can't even play it. I'm not really a Resident Evil fan. But I guess $20 is worth it. If they have some new stuff in it, I really don't know. And then of course now they're gonna remaster Resident Evil 0 with Rebecca Chamber and that guy. So there you go. There's another HD. So that's the thing about, is it a good thing or a bad thing? Well, it really depends. They're basically right now they're remastering game that's more popular, Resident Evil. I would like them to do a remastered of Senkaku Basara 1 and 2. I would like that. I mean, I played Samurai Hero. I played it 1 hour. I clocked in 100 hours in that game because I'm having fun. But unfortunately, the game didn't sell well according to Market Jerk. So, I mean, I would love to see a remaster of Senkaku Basara. That's my personal choice. Musha, maybe second, improve the control, make it more actiony now. Because that game is cool as an action game. Oh, you know what? If you're going to do remaster Mega Man NX and T. Yeah, and T what? Make that a collection. Or Star Force. Heck, even Mega Man Zero, which is, I have that for the DS. The game's fun. Something like that. But maybe that's more in the PlayStation Vita or 3DS. That'd be awesome. I would buy that. Because I never really bought any Mega Man NT, NX, EXE, and I only had one Mega Man Star Force for the DS. And yeah, it's okay. But again, there's a lot of things remastered. So, I mean, I guess it depends on the game with the remastered. So, I mean, it is cool they're doing it. It depends on the game. But if they're just doing the game that's already been released in America, they know they can make a lot of money, then it really depends. But like I said, I'm not really a Resident Evil fan. But it is good they're doing something. Again, if people buy their games, if they get more money, then maybe sooner or later they actually can make their own games. But right now, excuse me, that's all they can do. And another thing that AlphaOmegassin did mention also is one of the complaints that he noticed, and I can agree with him, but there's a reason behind it. And I said it before, I think, on my update, is that how come outside of Japan we're only getting digital? Why not getting physical release? Strider in Japan had a physical release. Resident Evil HD had a physical release. Heck, Resident Evil Chronicle, the rail shooter, there's a PS3 version. Only in Japan, it's a physical release, not outside of Japan. And the biggest offender was Phoenix Wright. The 3DS version was only digital. And why is that? Okay. First of all, like I said before with Iwata, how digital and physical, do you want to downplay that, or they should be cost the same? They cost the same. Believe it or not, Capcom sort of gave the reason that I kind of agree, but not so much, is that the reason why outside of Japan they're only doing digital is selling the game as a retail is difficult for them. It's difficult for them, and they're not making a lot of profit. And in other words, I just said it, the reason why is if you're selling it as a physical, they're not going to make a lot of money. That's basically it. So what does it mean? Well, you got to put it on the retail store like Target, Best Buy, GameStop. Then you got to pay those people. Put it on the Capcom store. Same deal. You got to pay the people who work in the Capcom store. So basically, what they're trying to do is they're trying to cut out or cut the middleman. They want to get all the profit just to the game itself. So that's why they're saying we can't do a digital release or physical release. Excuse me. Yeah, a physical release, because the truth about physical release is that it does cost more when you do physical release than digital. And for Capcom's situation is they have said it themselves as of right now, because they don't have a lot of money in the bank. For them, selling retail games outside of Japan, they don't make a lot of money back, and they're trying to optimize it. And you think, well, that's kind of jerky move. Well, yeah, it is a jerky move. It is unfortunate. I mean, there's ways to basically counter that. One, voice your opinion. Tell Capcom, say this is BS. Please make a physical release of a lot of this game. Second, don't buy the game. Vote with your wallet. But then you'll say, well, oh, but then again, the counter with that one is, well, if we don't do that, they might cancel it. They're not going to release games outside of Japan. Well, okay, well, if you're worried about that, then go buy it. But the bottom line is, be strong. Let that the consumer should control the company, not the other way around. You don't go there and follow what the company does because of the reason. Oh, at least we're bringing it out. No, that doesn't work. That shouldn't work that way. That's why Black Bond and Shokia to some extent are always complaining about it, because sometimes the company just, or the consumer just say, "I will accept it." You shouldn't. If you don't like what they're doing, do something about it. Say something. Voice your opinion. AlphaOmegassin always says it. Always voice your opinion. Look what happened with Destiny. Look what happened to Batman Arkham Knight. They did something. So if Capcom said we're not going to bring games outside Japan, you know what? That's not your fault. You voiced your opinion, and as a result, Capcoms were, excuse the language, they're dickheads. They're a bunch of dickheads. Then you know that Capcom's all about money than pleasing the fan. I mean, yeah, it's about profit, but you don't, quote unquote, excuse the language, dick your consumer. When you basically being jerked to your consumer, should a consumer support that company? Of course not. So it's up to you. But if you got no problem just only digital, then by all means go buy it. But if you really say I don't like this, then don't support it. Don't buy the game. And if they stop producing the game and say, well, we're not making money, we're not going to release it outside of Japan, well, just tell Capcom, you guys are a dick. That's all I can say. So anyway, those are my response to AlphaOmegassin about MEGAMAN Legacy. Again, $14.99 for 6 games with a little minor content. I say my personal opinion, no, but if you're a Mega Man fan and you want them to make more Mega Man, by all means, go buy it. And Capcom remastering game, good and bad, depends on what games they're going to remaster. And as for only digital outside Japan, I did say my reason is that they're not making a lot of money when they put it in physical. That's why they're doing the move. And if you think that's a dick move, excuse the language, then again, vote with your wallet. That's all I can say. Well, thanks for listening. That's it for now. I'll see you guys later. Bye.